At the end of 2024, I was burning out so badly that I just packed all my bags with my mate and we went to the opposite side of the country to explore the hidden gem of Australia. Welcome to Tasmania.
I've been by your side for many years.
Hello there, if you don't know me, my name is Sam. I'm a 21-year-old filmmaker, photographer, content creator, life figure out from Australia. I've been making videos on this platform for about 1.5 years now, and I haven't posted for a while other than a little short video last week. And I realized the thing that really became my image with social media and with rejection therapy and travel was trying to figure life out by living it. And that's what I want to reclaim again on this platform and really lead for you guys and try and show you ways to live and ways to figure out your life as a young person and feel seen and heard and understood, because we're all trying to figure this life out, and so am I. And I'm going to try and show you different things in different parts of this world by doing them myself and sharing that experience through the camera. It's funny how as Australians we're so quick to go to Europe and do a Euro summer or go to Indonesia, but it turns out as a Western Australian I hadn't heard much at all about Tasmania. But as any trip goes, not much went to plan. We didn't really plan in the first place, but some of the things we saw there were unbelievable. So I'll let you enjoy the video. This was me and my mate SJ in Tasmania. Hello. We are in Hobart. I'm actually in the hostel to go pick up our rental car. And then we're off to do our first hikes of the trip.
Yes. Scott's on.
The south coast was stunning. Instantly I was reminded of how much I love just being back in nature and being back on the road. Travel isn't always easy and we'd soon be reminded of that, but it's fucking blissful too. Hey. A little black wallaby, look at this.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
So far on this trip, we hadn't even had the chance to think about the fact that all 3 species of snakes in Tasmania have lethal venom, and quite quickly we're reminded of the risk there.
Just there.
You still see it?
Fucking hell. That's
Yeah, as it should have. Cool. What kind of snake did it?
It was like just all black.
And pretty big. And the next thing we learnt about Tassie was that the weather here likes to turn very fast. With 15 Ks walked and 15 Ks to go, and only the ability to throw on a spray jacket against the weather, we had a seriously long hike ahead of us back to the car. But quickly with these views, we were reminded by how just stunning this place is, and the very reason we came out here. It wasn't about avoiding getting cold or avoiding getting wet. It was experiencing Tasmania and disconnecting and not being home, not being in Perth, but somewhere entirely different. After a pretty long and tiring second day, this third day for Cape Rahul had unbelievable weather. I got to see Shipstern Bluff from the cliff edge, and we saw an echidna. Everything was coming together for this last day along the 3 Capes track. Just here's Shipsterns. By tomorrow morning, we'd be heading north, but we weren't leaving the south without a visit from an unexpected local. After saying both hi and goodbye to the local camel, we parked up by the campfire for our last night in the south of Tassie. And I couldn't help but feel a little sad for leaving this area. It'd given us so much in the first 3 days, but at the same time I knew there was so much to come in this trip, and I couldn't wait to see what was next. After a cup of tea in the morning, we hit the road and managed to actually find another really cool hike just outside a small town called Sheffield, where we'd be staying the next 2 nights to base ourselves when we went out to Cradle Mountain. The town was pretty. We had a lovely palmy for I think $25 with a beer on the Wednesday night, and a bunch of beautiful cafes as well kept us company. We also booked ourselves 2 beds for our time here so we could get out of the tent for a little bit, reset, do some washing before we kept going. Our first day in the north of Tassie was spent canyoning, which basically meant abseiling, flipping and sliding off of cliffs through a mountain river. When we rocked up, we had no idea what to actually expect, but it ended up being perhaps the most fun day of the entire trip. And wading through these narrow ancient canyons was an experience we'll never forget. The more I've been traveling over the last few years, the more I try and really consciously catch myself in the moment and realize how cool of a place I'm in. Like, I should ask myself, when will I be 21 years old again, in Tasmania, going through canyons and backflipping off cliffs? If there's any advice I'd have to someone who's about to go traveling, it's to try and catch yourself in those moments, when things are moving so fast and they've been so good, to then just sit for a moment and try and be still again, and realize where you are in your life. Because you're only ever going to be this young right now. After canyoning, we spent a few more days around Cradle Mountain for some mellow day hikes before we went west to take on our final challenge of the trip. Frenchman's Cap is usually done in 4 days, but with only 4 days left on our whole trip, we thought we'd smash it in 3. Since we were entirely out of signal and Frenchie's was just so incredible, I'll let the footage do the talking for this one.
Holy shit. I don't know where it is.
I learnt more about myself on this 3-day hike than I did in any class at school or university.